Aegir, called the SeaMan, is a very ancient being who has been classified or termed sometimes as a giant, but also as a terrifying sea monster. He comes to us from Germanic and Norse mythology and is considered a male energy deity. He is known as the name the SeaMan, or also the sea monster, and obviously shows a connection to the sea and the ocean. He is classified truly as a giant. He is possibly a Jotun, but some mythologies write about him as a true monster, and his description changes and becomes more monstrous and evil in those personifications. He is originally brought to us from the Prosetta, where he is featured on several instances, and like all giants, especially the Jotun, he is extremely strong and extremely long-lived. He has the ability to communicate to a limited degree and control sea animals of very low intelligence. He's also known for creating tidal waves and typhoons with his incredible strength, churning the sea at will. He is also known for being a highly skilled weaver and was credited with creating not only beautiful and fine tapestries, but also unbreakable nets. And he would serve as a capacity as a creator of nets for the Aesir in later mythologies. He first appears in early ancient Germanic texts as early as 193 Common Era. And one thing about this giant is he is known to covet gold. And one of the myths says that he often attacks vessels carrying the precious metal. This lust for gold has often brought him into conflict with the thunder god known as Thor, as he attacked vessels of patrons who were bringing tribute back to some of the Asgardian deities. And although he and Thor battled many times over this treasure, in general his relationship with the Aesir was very positive, and most typically in the Prosetta he is written of in a positive fashion, often coming to commiserate and feast with the Aesir. And one passage speaks of Thor going out to get a special vat in order to brew beer for Aegir's impending visit. So while we see Thor as a figure who battles giants throughout much of his life, he still shows that he has some connections with giants. Loki, again, his brother is a Jotun, Aegir is a Jotun, and the crossover between that and even some of Thor's other siblings being half giant casts kind of a complex shadow over the relationship between the Aesir gods, who were the defenders of not only Asgard but also the 9 realms in total, were the protectors of order and righteousness, whereas the Jotun, or the classification as giants, were seen as the ultimate forces of chaos, and that they would ultimately bring about the end of all creation when those forces of chaos were strong enough to overwhelm the forces of good. But in this case we see a friendly relationship, although Aegir is credited with causing many terrible disasters that he would unleash on mankind. Thank you again for stopping at Nine World Chronicles as we pick through the threads of the tapestry of mythology, hoping to find connections that bring us all closer together. As always, we ask that you like and subscribe.